well, shit. I guess I gotta empty the trash on the phone. It says we got 50 minutes. 50. Y'all think I can get all the shit out that I want to get out in 50 minutes on my day off? You like my shirt? Am I an alien? What the hell are you guys doing? I see you, Rob Weaver. Neighbor Adam Hayes, thinking about you. Kyle. Neighbor Pops. You there, neighbor? Hey, neighbors. Welcome to the Shed Shop. What the hell is this craziness? I am Matthew, the Chainsaw Redeemer. Today's my day off. It's Saturday. And as I was watching a secular movie tonight, eating a bunch of food, that's where we talk about my shirt, neighbors. I haven't worn this shirt or these basketball shorts in 6 months. Why? Because I did this healthy wager thing, in which I wagered $50 a month for 6 months for a total of a $300 bet. Some of my legalistic neighbors might say that's a sin. And if it is, well, shit. Oh, well, you gonna let me through it or not, King Jesus? Anyways, today I'm at my target weight. 30 pounds. I lost 30 pounds, neighbors, just by changing my diet. Most days. Neighbor Kyle, I overcame that Taco Bell bender, neighbor, and all the other benders I had. Anyways, I'm having one right now, neighbors. But now I'm out here in the Shed Shop on my day off on a Saturday talking to you about my shirt, all my random thoughts, my healthy wager. Anyways, 30 pounds. And so I know, however, until they verify my way out video and say congratulations, you've won, they can tell me at any moment in the next 7 days, you have to weigh out again. And so, whilst I'm gorging a little bit, I can only gorge so much. Because basically, I can only gain how much weight I know I, disabled Matthew, can lose in 3 days. And so I can only gain 1 pound. I can lose more than that. But my cushion is 1 pound. If I go over my target weight by 1 pound, then I know that's it. Get your ass back to work. Start walking in a trash bag some more. Eat more salads. And take the chicken out and give it to Fatty Bunting's dog. Anyways, neighbors, that's that. Rob Weaver, are you there, neighbor? I see you, neighbor. Today is my day off, and I have ceased the PayPal transactions, neighbor. And so we'll talk about that. But I see you, neighbor, and thank you, neighbor. I appreciate you. I like the videos you sent me of you tinkering on your Mac 1010. Thank you for buying my Mac 1010. So sorry I can't sell you my baby, Rob Weaver. But maybe you can buy it if I ever get to restore it like I desire. Fully restore. I want to take all the paint off, repaint it, powder coat the whole damn thing, and cure it properly in the right kind of oven, not a toaster oven like I do my mufflers right now. It's not the right way to do it. Anyways, it works, but it's not the perfect way to do it. And so maybe, Rob Weaver, you can buy it in the future when I'm ready to sell it after I hopefully, there it is, restore it. Why am I out here on my day off, and why the hell is Saturday my day off, neighbors? Some of you know why I say Saturday is my day off. Some of you do not. Part of it might be I've got a big old pile of junk food and not good for you food, like slabs of fucking meat and shit. Adam Hayes, side note, are you there, neighbor? I think you might have sent me some damn prices. I can't come to San Antonio right now, but shit, I would love to. We'll see what the hell happens with the van AC and the gauges and shit. Okay, neighbor? But I want my meats either way. Okay, moving on. Back on track. What the hell were we talking about? Listen, neighbors. Saturday is my day off, and part of the reason I might be out here right now is because my mind started turning halfway through my movie, and I thought, nope, shit. Neighbors are on my mind, and I'm not going to try and drown it out with food and secular TV. That kills my brain cells, kind of like the heroin did. Instead, I thought I'd come talk to you, neighbors, about why I take Saturday off, about my struggle with my pain, and the thoughts that are on my brain. As I think today about how easy it is to stress about tomorrow, and about what the scripture must mean, worry not for tomorrow, and how we always try and say, well, King Jesus will understand. Well, yes, of course. If Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, the Nazarene, who was crucified by Pontius Pilate, historical fact, is the king of the universe, and the red letters in the fucking Bible are real, well, his grace covers abundantly more than I think we understand. But that doesn't mean we should take advantage of it. And I think we sit here and say, well, we've got to have this, this, and this. And as I think about my gravel, and I think how hard and nearly impossible it is, sorry, my pain is really bad, to literally not worry about tomorrow. Not worry about it. Why is it that I have 4 to 6 weeks to have my foundation ready for this building, yet it is, these are how much my thoughts are triggering on just the gravel. Every time I snap my fingers, I've had a new thought about what I could do, what I should do, what I need to do, what I am doing, what I'm not doing. About my gravel. Am I being responsible? Am I being irresponsible? Am I making the right decisions? Should I save this money? Should I save that money? Should I pay this bill? Should I pay more on that bill? Should I not worry about paying interest here? All that, neighbors, was in one snap. You see, that's how my analytical, emotionally intelligent mind works. And I think Jesus said, worry not for tomorrow. And I think, boy, if we truly could just stop making fucking excuses, which seems impossible. Neighbors, honestly, y'all know the world we live in. But my thing is, my reality is, it's my day off. This is the day I contemplate creation. So sorry, Ted Neitzel and other neighbors that don't want to hear about the fucking Bible. Love you, neighbors. I know, Ted, you said it's my channel. You don't care. But still, either way, neighbor, this is going to be partially a Bible video. We don't have the Bible in front of us, but we're talking about the Creator, and the Creator being King Jesus. And so, essentially, back to it, neighbors. Worry not for tomorrow. I don't think he was being metaphorical about that shit. I think he meant, why the hell don't you trust me to pay for your gravel last minute? You see, sometimes I think King Jesus, if that's who the fuck is running this universe, is a procrastinator. But he's a procrastinator on purpose. To, at the last minute, provide what the hell we need and say, you see, you worried all that time, all them weeks and months and years about this one chunk of money and this one tiny sliver of your life. You spend all that time worrying instead of loving your damn neighbors. Instead of making phone calls, dealing with stressful phone calls to call doctors and Humana and insurance and everything else. Even though you hate doctors and hate doing all that shit. Worry not for tomorrow. So does that mean that if I'm in so much freaking pain, I think, how the hell am I supposed to pay for my gravel if I can't work 3 and 4 and 5 days at a time? Sometimes it seems. And I push through it because I'm thinking, I can't take this time off. I have to try. Even though a lot of times it sends me backwards. I think, well, shit. Neighbors, honestly, not chit, well, shit. Poop that comes out the butthole, well, shit. King Jesus, am I doing you dirty? Because the Bible also tells me that I should leave an inheritance for my children. And so if I'm not to store up treasures on earth, and I'm not to worry about tomorrow, why the hell do you need me to leave an inheritance for my child? Why am I worried about tomorrow? That's in Proverbs. Now again, guys, we could dig into doctrine and all that other shit. But I'm here to say right now, I think the whole fucking Bible, if it is real, listen, neighbors, it's quiet, I like it, has apparent contradictions. And maybe they are contradictions. Maybe the Bible is tainted. But again, I'm here to tell you on this channel, me and my house, which is me and my Fatty Bunting's dog. We'll talk about that in a moment. Damn, neighbors. I just totally lost it. Shit. Bear with me. One moment. I don't think I'm going to get it back, neighbors. Maybe it'll come back to me. I know what I was saying. It's here, but it won't come here. I know you know what the hell I'm talking about when you got it here, but it's here, but it won't come out. Okay, you can't get this to make this and these and this say what's right there. Anyways, so I can't spit it out at the moment. Maybe that's divine. Maybe it's not. I know I was saying, as for me and my house, we are going to say a certain shit. I don't remember what the fuck it was. Anyways, neighbors. When I think about, oh, we're not stardust. You see how that worked? When I said, okay, fine. I'll trust that I need to leave that fucking thought alone. We're not stardust. As for me and my house, we will not believe we're stardust. We're not agnostic, but we don't believe we're stardust. I believe in a creator, and I believe it's hot as hell in this shed. But I think that's what helped me keep my weight, or meet my weight, is my house. It's like 82 degrees right now, because our AC can't keep up with the hot sun and our shitty, moldy, dilapidated trailer. Back on point. We're not stardust. Me and my house will accept one true fact, that we're not stardust and there's a creator. And I believe that creator, in whatever fucking way, is leading my life. And I have to trust that. At least right now. And so, I think, how the hell are we as human beings, in the worlds we live in the things we've been taught, and the mindsets and everything we've been taught is right and wrong and responsible, irresponsible, good, bad, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, neighbors. Blah, 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 blah. How the hell are we supposed to not save money, buy houses, and take on mass amounts of debt, etc., to start a business so that we can grow food on our shitty land that we can't just naturally plant food in? And even if we could, we still gotta buy seeds and other shit to get started, and tools and gardening materials, etc. You still got to have a house. And even if you get a piece of land, you still got to have tools to cut your trees down and to build your house. And you have to have equipment to move your materials, or help. If you don't have other human beings, you need equipment. If you do have other human beings, sometimes you still need equipment, or you need goods or monies to pay the people to help you. So as I sat there and thought about why, what does it mean? What does it truly mean to worry not for tomorrow? Yesterday I said, fuck it, neighbors. I was in so much pain. I couldn't move. I just went and laid in my bed and cried. And neighbor Kyle messaged me. What are you doing tonight? I said, well, not much, neighbor. He said, well, I want to see if you want to hang out. I had a busy week. It's Friday. I got a few hours to spare. That's essentially what he said. He didn't say it in those words, but anyways, that's how my mind works. Sorry, Kyle, I'm putting words in your mouth. No, that's not essentially what he said. I did you dirty by saying that shit, Kyle. That's what I think in my mind. That's what my mind processed through basically after our conversation Friday night and hanging out and all the things he told me about his busy week and work and shit and everything else. Anyways, the point being, that part of me wanted to say, sorry, Kyle, I'm in so much pain, man, I can't. Knowing that he'll understand. And he won't assume that I don't want to hang out with him, because he's not like me and overthinks everything. But yet all while still wondering, will he feel that way? Will he think I don't want to hang out with him? Will he think he's not important to me? Will he think because we weren't communicating properly that I don't want to be his friend no more? Does he think I'm too fucking weird? All that shit. I just said, hell yeah, you know what? Kyle's free. I'm hurting too damn bad to do anything else. The least I can do is go enjoy myself sitting in a chair rather than laying in bed, even though sitting in the chair is harder. So Kyle, come over. And we just sat and talked. And it was nice. And then today and yesterday, all whilst I finally decided, well, I need to go test these saws and I need to list these saws and everything else. And I gave neighbor Matthew, another neighbor Matthew, not the neighbor Matthew I bought my shitty lawnmower off of, but another neighbor Matthew. I gave him an MS311 I had that I was going to show y'all how to change the tank on if somebody didn't buy it at that price, with the ugly blackened tank, which is fine. It's just ugly. And I let him walk out of my driveway with that saw with only a $200 deposit, and the price we agreed to was $500. It would have been a little cheaper if he had all his cash, but we agreed $500, but we might trade a generator. But either way, people constantly do me dirty, and no matter how much somebody promises me, I'm going to show you, prove it, blah, 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 blah. So many people say that shit and they do me dirty. I get done dirty all the time, but yet I still keep setting myself up to get done dirty. Why the hell do I do it and then tell you, whilst I know you can see that shit, and you might try and come do me dirty because you think I'm soft or weak or get taken advantage of. Yeah, I get taken advantage of. But the thing is, I know people are fucking taking advantage of me. Sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just want to see. You really want to try and be a good human being? I'm being good to you. I'm giving you a chance. He didn't ask. He never asked me. But some people work that way. They're ingenious like that. They can read human behavior well enough to play perfectly on your emotions, your feelings, your actions, everything. I oftentimes know I have the ability with my brain to do that with people, but I think that's terrible and shitty and filthy and vile and disgusting. And I'm glad I feel that way, because otherwise I could be a really, really, really shitty human being, playing on and taking advantage of people's life scenarios, situations, different personalities, different softnesses, different weaknesses, different things, blah, 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 make you mad, blah, 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 on and on and on, neighbors. But I don't. I think, again, it's disgusting, filthy, and vile. So Matthew could have been doing that by not asking. But he said, you got an interest in trading. Essentially, he brought me a CS 590. Thank you, damn it, Bobby, for the referral, neighbor. Since you don't want to mess with that shit, I really appreciate that you let me have the nightmares that you don't want. Because it's money in my pocket, even if it's hard earned. It's better than no earned money. And so Friday, I earned $60 plus $200 deposit, even though I might lose money on the saw if he does me dirty. All because, damn it, Bobby was nice enough to say, well, Chit, this is another mechanic that could potentially steal work from me. But I don't want this work, and I think he does good work. So I'm going to tell these people, I don't want to mess with that Chit. Because I'm better than that. No, that's not what he's saying. Damn it, Bobby, I know that's not what you're saying, okay? I'm just joking around here. Essentially, I don't mind, neighbors. I'm in a shed. I will take the scraps that other people don't want. Sometimes you got to say, I'm going to humble myself and eat the damn scraps with the dog on the floor. Okay? Anyways, I don't see it as scraps, though. Matthew was another customer neighbor that sat here in the shed shop with me and tinkered on his shit with me to have a lower bill. When people don't have money, I'm like, Chit, you want to help out? Fine, I'll lower your bill. Cool. And I don't have a problem with that. We can do that here because I don't have to worry about the boss telling me, no, you can't do that. Because who's my boss? Whoever fucking creator is. It's getting hot. I hope the AC kicks on soon. I've turned it up because it's my day off. Pain, back to the point. Where the hell were we? I'm rambling. Is anybody listening to this shit? Rob Weaver, are you still there, neighbor? Part of this conversation is because of what you've done today. And I know you know. Fourth, neighbor, payment, neighbor. Okay, we'll talk about it. I know you bought my other saw. But anyways, I'll see you, neighbor. Don't worry. Thank you, damn it, Bobby, for the referral. Matthew was here. We tinkered on a Chit. I haven't heard from him. I don't know if he started his echo today or not, but he knows it's my day off. And it's just now been about 24 hours, maybe 28 hours or 27 hours since we did his helicoil. We're trying to give the Permatex, or the Loctite, the pure 24 hours it says for cure time, to give our helicoil, which was like the third helicoil this saw has had, a proper chance of holding because it was not airtight, and we know it wasn't. So, but we're trying to get him by for now. It had a little scoring on the piston because his other one wasn't right and it had an air leak. It had metal shavings that got missed and etc. But we think if the helicoil holds, the saw should be okay for a while for this young man that just needs it to work and feed his family. And anyways, so, even though that's the case, he might do me dirty. He might, you guys. Thank you. He might do me dirty. But, if he does, I'll assume it's because life is shit. And unfortunately, sometimes when we do somebody dirty, it's so hard to say, yeah, sorry, life got me, and I did you dirty. Can I make it right? It's hard to do that. It's hard to tell people we don't have money for them when we owe them money. Would you please turn back on, neighbor? And things like that. But he never asked me, as I was saying. And even though he might have been playing an angle, I'm still supposed to, if I believe in the Bible and what 1 Corinthians 13 says perfect love is, that I'm commanded to have for my neighbor, that means I give them the benefit of the doubt, is essentially what Corinthians says. You give them the benefit of the doubt. Perfect love sees no evil. That's what it says. So when we look at people and we think, well, they could do me shitty, and we can say, well, I have to do it this way because it's business is business, and so I have to violate giving them perfect love and giving them the benefit of the doubt, and I have to cover my ass, because if they do me dirty, I'm out that money, and then I have to recoup it. You see, as a Christian, in my mind, yes, neighbors, I think that's sin. Does that mean you won't get to heaven? Hell no, it doesn't. No. We're commanded to be perfect, but we're not required to be perfect to get into heaven, the way I read the Bible. You might not understand that, but we will get into the shit more deep at times. He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. But he did say loving your neighbor is the second greatest commandment. But I also think without keeping the second greatest commandment, you cannot keep the first greatest commandment. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Basically, you're supposed to love King Jesus before anything and anybody. But how the hell are you going to love him if you can't love his creation? So again, neighbors, if the Bible is true and you say you believe in the Bible, that's why I say this is the standard I hold you to. However's also understanding this is a shitty fucking world. And I know the red letters also say it only takes a mustard seed of faith, even if I think that mustard seed in a person's life should blossom into their character becoming something beautiful that Jesus says it can be. I also know that not everybody truly has that in their heart to seek that or thinks it's real, because the church has lied to them and told them you should strive for perfection, even though it's not possible. Just like me, right now in my life, I feel like I'm striving for an impossible goal. With my physical pain and my finances and everything else, I think I should have never ordered this building, and this really should have just been a tiny little thing of me just tinkering. I should have never opened Shed Shop to the public and working on shit, because I've set myself up for failure. What does that mean, neighbors? Does that mean it is getting hot in here? I might have to get up and turn the AC on. Does that mean, if the Bible's real, that I'm going to be chastised and punished because I might have made a wrong turn, wrong decision? Or does it mean that Romans 8:28 is true? And as I said, if you're going to profess the Bible, I'm going to hold you to that standard, all whilst understanding, do you see the shit I'm in and the mess I am? And my red letters say King Jesus covers me. Right? But we've been deceived by the church. I have to watch this shit, and I hope it makes sense, because right now it's not making sense to me. I'm all over the place, and I know I am, because I'm hot, I can't breathe, I'm in pain, I'm wondering a bunch of different shit. I'm thinking about a bunch of you neighbors and why I'm out in a shed shop on my day off. Literally to record a video. There's no saw work in this video. And it's getting hot, and that makes me want to go inside. Damn, neighbors. Ooh, you see how when it gets hot and uncomfortable, we want to give up and quit and say, fuck it. Tired, I'm not talking straight. I'm hot. I want to go lay in my bed, eat more snacks. Take Fatty Buntings for a walk so I can eat more snacks without risking losing my healthy wager, because they have to verify my weight. And if they pay me, neighbors, I'll make sure to give you all a referral link in which, if any of you make a wager, Chainsaw Redeemer will get $40. And you will get $40 added to your prize if you win your wager. I don't know if you have to win to get your 40, but I don't think so. I don't know. I think they just automatically add it to your account, and then you can cash it out if you want. Anyways, I'll let you know how that turns out. Boy, I'm in pain, neighbors. Let's try to get back to the main point of worry not for tomorrow and see how the hell all of this ties in. Adam Hayes, neighbor. One of the... Oh, shit. Hold on, neighbors. I got to see what the hell he said. No, I can't without clicking off of you guys. Chet, I think he may have ran us all. Finally, it's been there over a week. It's 101 fucking degrees in Texas right now. Oh, Chet. Adam Hayes, I was just talking about you. Sidetracked, side note, sidetracked. Because Adam Hayes texted me. And he's one of the neighbors I'm thinking about and wondered about. And almost called today when I was struggling about some shit. But I was like, no, I'm the celebrity. I can't show them I need them. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I an alien? Are you aliens? Is King Jesus real? Are you real? Am I real? You guys only see me on a screen, most of you. Am I real? Is this shit CGI? Is Adam Hayes really messaging me whilst I take this video? Stay tuned to find out, goddammit. Those of you that believe in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 13 says, whatever the fuck I say, you're supposed to believe it. If you're giving me the benefit of the doubt. Unless it goes against something King Jesus said. And that's obvious and direct. And you've fasted and prayed on it. Not just prayed for 2 minutes. And then came to me in private with scripture and said, King Jesus said this, not this. You gonna make it right or not? And then we can decide, okay, well, I think you're wrong still, etc., etc. Anyways, back to the point of worry not for tomorrow. Rob Weaver, are you there, neighbor? That's part of that worry not for tomorrow. Fuck it, King Jesus. I willst take my day off, even though I worked a little bit today. I struggled. Because part of the challenge is everybody that messages me on Saturdays and Friday nights, and when I don't feel well, I can forget to respond to them. And that means I miss sales of Meteor products, of fuel lines, of other things that I'm trying to sell to pay for my chip, to fix my saws, to make ends meet, to pay for gravel and everything else. And whilst I want to trust King Jesus that he'll help me remember, oftentimes I don't remember, and therefore it might be that he expected me not to remember, or it was his plan in that person's life, or my life, or your life, or our lives, for me not to remember to message that person back about that $40 Meteor piston, etc., 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 or that $125 top end, etc., etc., etc. But it's still hard to trust when you think by not doing it on your day off and forgetting, or you'll remember on Sunday, and then when you don't, it's hard to still trust that if you didn't remember, it was him and it was divine by him. And some will say that's the devil. But again, we're going to get to the book of Job, neighbors, so let's not get into that shit. We're talking about worry not for tomorrow right now. So I did do a little bit of work today, but I did it laying in bed on my phone. And that's the hardest part of work for me because, as I've said before, if I'm not out here with my 2 freaking hands manually grinding away, sometimes the challenge is I feel like I'm not working, or people will think I'm not working, right? Because I'm inside in my bed on my phone editing footage. And that doesn't make me money, but it does, Rob Weaver, Adam Hayes. You see, you two are subscriber neighbors and your customer neighbors. Damn it, I don't remember if Eric saw me on YouTube first. I think he met me on Facebook first. But essentially, my YouTube has led to sales and new relationships. And so, when he says worry not for tomorrow, I literally think that means, you guys, we're not supposed to worry. But I also think, don't forget, the red letters also say, if you worry, just say you're sinning. And sorry, King Jesus, but it's fucking messy here. I'm sorry that I feel like I have to save up tens of thousands of dollars to send my kid for college to make sure they're okay if I die. But you said I'm responsible for their life. I'm sorry that I'm afraid that I might not be able to pay for my gravel. I'm sorry that I'm even worried about it. Why should I even be thinking about it? Even if I made the wrong decision. But then what happens, neighbors? You see, this is where the unfaith comes in. What happens if I'm saying, okay, King Jesus, I'll trust you provide. Then he doesn't provide. Does that mean he's not real? Or does that mean part of his plan was he's not supposed to provide because he's strengthening my faith or your faith or somebody else's faith? Or are we aliens? And if we are, why the hell are my alien controllers torturing me and you and everybody else? And why is the creator that created them, unless they're an experiment, but again, it never started with stardust, why are they all doing it this way? The way I see it, neighbors, is again, it boils down to me, to King Jesus. No matter if that fucking makes sense to you or not, goddammit. That's what it boils down to. And that's why I'm out here on Shabbat, on what I think is my day off. But again, if you take Sunday off, please understand. I might tell you, well, he says it's the 7th day, but I'll also tell you, he also said, don't judge a man for what fucking day he keeps holy. Because some people think all 7 days are holy, whether they work or not. And others think this day's holy, and some think that day's holy. But as long as the day is holy to them, in regard for King Jesus, as long as that's the reason the day is holy because of him, he says it doesn't matter. That's good enough. So please understand that. Christian liberty, Christian conscience, Christian conviction. But at the same time, accountability for one another. And so leave all that shit aside. And please understand, I don't judge you for what the fuck you believe, what you think, how you live your life, etc., etc. Because if I cannot love you, I can't hold you accountable. And if I don't hold myself accountable, I have no right to hold you accountable. I just want to say that worry not for tomorrow means take a video while saying God damn it, while saying you trust King Jesus, whilst telling all your neighbors like Kyle and Robert Weaver and Daryl Johnson and Farmer John and Homeless to Homestead and Yee and Unc Dooskies and Tanya, my massage therapist, thinking about her a lot, and Danny, her boyfriend I've never met, and my father, and Tiki and Shelby and Nevaeh, and Trace and Christian and Annabelle and Sarah Beth. These are my nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, and Cindy and Lori and Brett and Haley. As I think about y'all on my day off, that is me contemplating, who the fuck is he that created us? And why is it such a mess? We have carnal Christians, I think, that understand love better than my Pharisaical legalistic Christians. But they're also missing the point of King Jesus did say, if you love me. They're taking advantage of the grace, you see, that they receive. It doesn't mean they won't receive it, I don't think. I think they still might receive it, because he said a mustard seed. And again, we can go into all of that, what a mustard seed should grow into, in my opinion. But I also think my prayers cover you, neighbors, if that's who you are, and that's how you're living. And when I pray for you, I have to believe, if the red letters are true, that fucking blood washes you clean no matter what you're doing in your life. If you believe even a little bit, even if you don't believe in my biblical definition of the word believe. And then the other side of that spectrum is we have our Pharisaical neighbors who completely understand that King Jesus did ask us and command us, in fact, to live a certain way. Whether he said this, or this. He essentially said your motives for keeping the rules, Pharisees and Sadducees, are wrong. You're doing it because you think it'll get you some kind of reward. You're not doing it because you want to right here, because you love me. That's what King Jesus said. That's what the righteousness that exceeds the Sadducees and Pharisees is. You can't rule keep and get into heaven if you're not doing it because it's natural right here and you want to love your neighbor and to love King Jesus. They will say my carnal Christians will not get in because they don't understand that. But you see, neighbors, everywhere in the middle of that is this. If you draw a line on a piece of paper, should we do it on the blackboard, neighbors? Let's go over here because I'm tired and I want to close this video out because it's going to take the rest of the day to load up. The internet is going slow today, really bad. Has been for a few days because my uncle does me dirty and uses up all our data. So anyways, neighbors, here, let me draw you in closer. If you have a line and our C is carnal, see, carnal, and over here we have our legalists. I'm just going to write legal. See, they're on the wrong side, okay? And they're on the wrong side. But what happens if we all come to the middle of the line, of the spectrum, of the diagram, of the conservative, of the liberal and conservative politics? If we all come to the middle, do you neighbors see what the fuck is here? Do you see it? Yeshua HaMashiach and him crucified. neighbors. Okay? Meeting in the middle does not mean not holding each other accountable. Meeting in the middle does not mean allowing shitty behavior to one another. It doesn't mean saying, okay, we can agree to disagree. Meeting in the middle means saying, okay, you're this way, I'm this way. Can we figure out how to love each other? And if we get past that, trust King Jesus that he'll help us make it right. He'll teach us the right doctrines and the right rules and the right everything else, the right level of faith and belief versus rule keeping. You either believe in redemption or you don't. Are you there, neighbor Mike? You see what your damn bar did to me, neighbor? Twice it bit the shit out of me. Cut the hell out of me. One of them still bleeding 3 days later. And so, that being said, that love, if we can have that love and trust in King Jesus, which seems abundantly impossible, no matter how many people say they love and trust King Jesus. Sorry, my neighbors that believe. You do not love and trust King Jesus the way the Bible says you should. And you think you do, but you don't. Neither do I. I'm no better than you. Trust me, it's getting hot in this damn shed. The problem is we need to acknowledge and accept that's where we're at. But be able to say, King Jesus, this is where I'm at in this shit soup. Okay, chit and shit are different, Rob Weaver. I know I say chit soup of life. I need to get it right. It's really shit soup. The shit soup of life made from poop that comes out the butthole. What is the poop from the butthole of the metaphorical shit soup of life that's literally shitty? It's shitty character, shitty behavior, doing each other shitty, selfishness, fear, worry, anxiety. That's honestly what it is. Every day you fear about tomorrow. And trust me, I understand. We got to think, well, I have to think about tomorrow. I got to feed my kids. But if we're saying we believe those fucking red letters, neighbor, seriously, 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 seriously. He said, I feed the birds. You think I'm not going to feed you? I feed your food. And they don't worry about fucking tomorrow. They don't store food up in barns. Jesus was using these metaphors and parables, but he was being literal, neighbors. I store up food in freezers. I thought about it today. I'm like, well, shit. I got a freezer, and I'm going to Dollar General. And I like to buy all the fucking half-off meat. Because it's cheaper in the long run. But honestly, you guys, the Bible does say that's a fucking sin. Okay? Think about the manna in the desert. There was one day they were allowed to collect extra manna. That was on Friday evening, the Sabbath, my day off. So that they didn't have to work to collect manna on the 7th day, Saturday, the day off. Okay? But at the same time, you understand, I'm not hard on myself and I'm not being legalistic because I also say, well, shit, King Jesus, I wish you showed up stronger and more abundantly in our lives so that we didn't need damn deep freezers and generators in case our electric goes out so we don't lose all our food, especially if we got 16 fucking kids. Neighbors, so don't think I don't understand. Just because I say one thing like this does not mean I don't understand. And don't think the blood covers you. It covers you if you truly have any minute amount of belief. But what I am saying is I think part of that belief is finally coming to the realization, neighbors, to say, okay, chit, King Jesus, I said I believe in you, but do I really? And then say, well, chit, I do, but it's really hard. And so whilst I keep fucking up and know I'm going to keep fucking up, I'm not going to say I don't believe I can't be perfected, because that would be a lie according to your Bible. You said you can perfect me if I allow you and surrender my heart and my free will to you, essentially. That's what it says. Okay? But understanding that, shit, I'm storing up treasures, King Jesus, because if I don't, and then you don't feed me, don't you understand that I don't want to love you less because I don't trust you, because you didn't feed me and I thought I was doing the right thing, not worrying about tomorrow. And then if I still go on not worrying about tomorrow and you still don't feed me, I'm going to think, well, shit, you're not real even more. And so is it okay, King Jesus? See, some of you feel this. I know you do. Is it okay, King Jesus, if I just fucking love you and worry about tomorrow right now whilst you work on me? And I'll be honest with you that I know I'm sinning, but I thank you that you know my heart is not taking advantage of your mercy, because I'm saying I don't like that this is the way I'm living my life. But I'm struggling, King Jesus. You see that, neighbors? as I store up food in my freezer today. That's what I thought. I did it, but I did less. Partially because there wasn't a ton and a half off meat. And also because I'm like, well, shit. Why am I so worried about saving money in the long run? I do that with parts too, and it's caused me nightmares. I don't want to spend $10 on a part I can spend $3 on if I buy 50 of them. Even though I only need one right now, I might need them in the future. And so I think in the whole of it, in the end, I want to wash out above, not below. But do you see the sin in that, neighbors? If you believe in the Bible, that is sin. Because I'm worried about tomorrow. I'm storing up treasures. Now, a business needs to store inventory. Don't get me wrong. I can't bring you products if I don't store inventory. But my motives for storing inventory should not be to pay for my mortgage tomorrow. Because if I say I believe in King Jesus, I trust, I don't need to have a bank account with money in it. He'll provide. I see people that live their life like that perfectly, neighbors. And by that, what I mean is they live that worry not for tomorrow. They get a lot of other shit wrong. But they don't worry about tomorrow, and somehow shit always works out. Things always work out for them. A lot of people that live life that way, even though they might not work out in the middle, in the end, it's like, well, hell, it not only worked out, but did you see how far I came above when I didn't care about tomorrow? And I gave away my last $10 today to somebody else that was thinking about today and can't even have the curse of worrying about tomorrow because they can't get past right now. Where am I going to sleep tonight? What am I going to eat right now? Where will I live today? How will I make my funds today? You see, a lot of people live in that boat. And in a way, it's a blessing and a curse both ways. Because those of us that are not worried about today, because we have what we need today, but we're trying to plan for tomorrow, well, shit. We're so busy planning for tomorrow, sometimes we forget about our neighbors today. Our wives, our children, ourselves, our brothers, sisters, cousins, our grocery store clerks, our auto parts representatives, associates, our Walmart bagger. You see, neighbors. And then on the other spectrum of that, the people that are so focused on today because they have to be, they're cursed because they don't even get time to stop and think about what the hell tomorrow might bring, because they're just trying to survive today. You see, most of us are trying to survive tomorrow instead of survive today. We need to survive today. We need to get each other through today. Daryl Johnson, you just came on my mind, neighbor, because damn. He says, I gave this family $150 for groceries. Why? I don't know, because they needed that shit. I worked for free. This man, side note, not side note, but still side note. This man messages me a video, you guys. And pictures of him cutting a fucking tree. He sent me audio and then sent me pictures. He sent me audio of his voice and then pictures of the tree being cut up with his friend. His friend that owns a business and does this for a living. And Daryl's like, I'm working for free. It's the best damn day of my life! That's what Daryl Johnson said. 65-year-old retired man having the best day of his life just to work for free. A lot of people would be like, nah, I'd rather sit at home. They'd be stubborn. Nah, even though that would bless my life to go work for him for free, fuck that. He's got to pay me. He would pay somebody else, so he should pay me. I don't know all the scenario of the story. He just essentially told me, I'm having the best day of my life, working for free for my buddy who needed help. Because he didn't have nobody to work with him. Maybe he's doing it for free because his buddy can't afford to pay him. Maybe he said, buddy, I want to bless you. You're blessing me by letting me fucking work for free. You were going to pay me? No, keep your money. I don't know. Daryl, would you like to tell us some more details of the story, neighbor? I got to go back inside. Guys, damn, this video is way too long. I got bites or IV or allergic reaction to the cheap detergent my uncle has bought for laundry. I can only use Tide or Gain. I don't know why. All the other shit has something in it that I'm allergic to. Anyways. And so, again, that being said, Daryl could have said, Well, even though I'd have fun with that, if he hasn't offered to pay me, no, I'm not going to do it. Neighbors, put your pride and your stubbornness aside and go help your neighbor and love your life today. Fuck tomorrow. You can call that irresponsible, but whilst I say that, I'm still worried about tomorrow, thinking about tomorrow, wondering about tomorrow, planning for tomorrow, anxietied over tomorrow. But at the same time, I'm like, well, that's tomorrow. Can I worry about tomorrow, King Jesus? Can I just spend today with you and relax with my fatty buntings and my subscriber neighbors and my food and my secular movie? Even though I know it's not the perfect thing for me to watch, you gonna love me through it or not? Goddamn it, King Jesus. And then King Jesus tells me, you've made a choice to watch that filthy, vile, dirty shit. Watch me use it for fucking good. Go out to the shed shop and record a video. Whilst we look at this ugly girl versus this pretty girl. And the pretty girl actually has a beautiful fucking heart. But so does the ugly girl. But her heart is tainted and buried under all of her physical ugliness. And the shittiness the world has done to her because she's ugly. On the outside to most people. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, is it not? Yes. Some of us find some people pretty that others don't. But at the same time, there are some people that almost all human beings find attractive, and there are some people that almost all human beings would say is unattractive. The point is, neighbors, that legalistic or carnal Saturday or Sunday or no day off, it's simply about love. Thank you, Daryl Johnson. Thank you, Rob Weaver. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, damn it, Bobby. So many of you. So many of you. I'm sorry, these are the names I'm actively working on their stuff, or they're heavily in my life, neighbors. Chit, other people I might not even have mentioned that are just coming on in my mind. There's so many of you. Sarah, thank you. Sarah Weaver. Okay, thank you for your support. Thank you for being kind. Thank you for understanding invisible pain, neighbor. So beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Zachary. Thank you, Bo. Neighbor Bo. Okay, thank you, all of you. Let's keep working hard, you guys, to learn what it means not to worry about tomorrow. If you believe in King Jesus, to start living your Bible. And if you don't believe in King Jesus, well, shit. Let's just fucking keep working harder to be nicer to each other so life's not so hard. Period. No matter what you believe, period. If we're nice to each other and we stop being so prideful and so selfish, things will get accomplished. Nobody will go cold. Nobody will go hungry. You can call it socialism if you want. Communism if you want. Hippie weird shit if you want. Cult shit if you want. But no, it's just whatever smarts or talents you've been blessed with, bless your fucking neighbors with it. And even if they're shitty and don't bless you back, keep blessing others. Because I do believe, most of us do believe that in the end it washes. Whoever's been more shitty in the world is going to get done shitty in the end. We don't always believe that, but most of us, and not all of us, some of us are like, well, why is that person filthy rich even though they're a shitty human being? Especially if you don't believe in Jesus, you might think that shit. And then if you do believe in Jesus, you're like, they're so shitty. You think, well, it's because he's being deceived. I think that's irrelevant, neighbors. You should love that asshole too. Honestly, it's fucking hard. I'm hard to love sometimes because I have a temper. I get frustrated. I take my pain out on people in my words and my temper. You gonna love me through it or not, goddammit? That's it, neighbors. Be kind to one another. Seriously, everyone's facing a battle. Believe in King Jesus or not, let's keep loving each other. Let's keep supporting each other. Let's keep trying to be better as a society. Most of you are in America. As a country, I think that divides more, but just I say as people, as human beings, 8 billion of us strong. But if you want to use that aspect of it as a country, this country is embarrassing. Honestly, it is. Let's get better, okay? Let's stop imprisoning people and making corporations out of ruining people's lives. Let's stop ruining people's lives to make dollar bills. Instead, let's all be fucking filthy rich together by making each other's lives better. Period. Period. You don't need money if you have happiness. Money can help you buy fake happiness, and sometimes real happiness can help you get to real happiness. But the money is not what makes you happy. Remember that, neighbors, okay? I'm going to go spend the rest of my day off relaxing, finish this secular movie maybe. Maybe I'll listen to the Bible. But either way, again, be kind to one another. Everyone is facing a battle. I love all 8 billion of you, goddammit. And I believe King Jesus does too, even if you don't love him or believe in him. If he created you, he has to love you. And if he doesn't, well, then it can't seem to be the King Jesus that I read in my Bible. That's it. Until next time, neighbors, let's keep persevering, goddammit.